You might think you're starting your day the right way. Maybe you pour a bowl of oatmeal, butter your toast, or grab a seemingly innocent pastry on the go. It feels safe, even healthy. But here's the shocking truth. That very breakfast habit could be quietly sabotaging your heart, eroding your brain health, and draining your energy, especially if you're over 60. Think about it. You could eat clean, take all the right supplements, exercise regularly, but if you keep eating this one breakfast food, your body is slowly working against you. And the scary part? Most people don't even realize it. It's sitting there every morning, hidden in plain sight, doing silent damage that adds up year after year. In just a few moments, I'm going to expose the single most common breakfast food that's harming people over 60. I'll explain exactly why it's so dangerous. And more importantly, I'll show you the simple, science-backed swaps that can protect your heart, your brain, and your energy almost immediately. Hello, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a topic that impacts millions of adults over 60, people who, like you, have spent decades caring for their bodies, watching what they eat, exercising, and even following the latest health trends. And yet, despite all that effort, many find that what worked in their 30s and 40s suddenly stops working. Our metabolism slows down, our blood vessels lose some of their flexibility, and our brain chemistry begins to shift in ways we rarely notice. Suddenly, those everyday foods we relied on for convenience or even health, foods we've eaten for years without a second thought, can become silent threats. I want to be clear. This isn't about fear-mongering. This isn't about telling you that everything you've done is wrong. It's about knowledge. Understanding what's really happening inside your body allows you to make small, strategic changes, especially at breakfast, that can dramatically improve your energy, protect your heart, and even support your brain function. Think of it this way. Breakfast sets the tone for your entire day. What you eat in those first few hours affects your blood sugar, your inflammation levels, your focus, and even how your body uses fat and builds muscle. For adults over 60, making one smart swap can make the difference between feeling sluggish and foggy by 10 a.m. or energized and sharp all morning. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which breakfast food is silently sabotaging your health, why it's so dangerous, and the simple science-backed swaps that can reverse the damage, often faster than you expect. You'll see that making this change isn't complicated, expensive, or restrictive. It's just about giving your body what it truly needs. So, if you're ready to take control of your mornings, protect your heart, preserve your brain, and finally have steady energy, let's dive in. The breakfast you're about to rethink could literally change the next decade of your health. Let's start with a story. Meet Harold, 64 years old. Every morning, he followed the same routine without fail. A steaming bowl of instant oatmeal sprinkled with brown sugar, a cup of black coffee, and sometimes a slice of buttered toast. To Harold, this was a healthy breakfast. After all, oatmeal is famous for lowering cholesterol, right? But over the years, he began noticing subtle, unsettling changes. By mid-morning, his energy would dip sharply. Despite regular exercise, he started gaining weight around his waist. And during his annual checkup, his doctor mentioned rising blood sugar levels. Harold was baffled. He thought he was doing everything right. Harold's experience is far from unique. Millions of adults over 60 rely on refined carbohydrates and processed grains for breakfast, convinced they're making a healthy choice. The problem is, these foods aren't as innocent as they seem. Instant oatmeal, sugary cereals, white toast, they spike your blood sugar and trigger insulin surges, setting off a cascade of inflammation throughout the body. Over time, this chronic inflammation quietly increases your risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cognitive decline. You've probably heard the advice that whole grains are always good, or that a little sugar is fine in moderation. That's partially true, but here's the critical piece most people miss. It's not just what you eat, but when and how your body processes it. After 60, your metabolism slows, your insulin sensitivity decreases, and your body can no longer handle refined carbs the way it did in your 30s. That morning bowl of oatmeal isn't just breakfast. It's a trigger for a blood sugar spike that your body struggles to manage. And the consequences go beyond blood sugar. Processed breakfast can sap your energy, make your heart work harder, and accelerate muscle loss. Every spoonful of instant oatmeal, every slice of white bread, adds to a hidden burden of oxidative stress and inflammation that quietly undermines your health. Let's bust a common myth. You've probably heard that oatmeal is heart healthy or that carbs in the morning give you energy. That's only partially true. The issue is that most people don't eat steel-cut oats or minimally processed grains. They eat instant varieties, loaded with sugars, flavorings, and additives. That's the danger hiding in plain sight. Foods marketed as healthy, but that can be quietly harmful over time. Here's another example. Margaret, 68, loved starting her day with a bowl of cereal and skim milk. She exercised regularly, ate mostly balanced meals, and considered herself health-conscious. Yet she noticed that by mid-morning, her mind felt foggy, her memory seemed off, and her energy was gone. When her doctor ran a routine blood panel, the results revealed persistent spikes in blood sugar after breakfast. Margaret's favorite healthy cereal was the culprit, contributing to inflammation, brain fog, and subtle but dangerous metabolic strain. So the problem is clear. For adults over 60, certain breakfasts can do far more harm than good. And the frightening part? These foods are often marketed as safe, convenient, and even beneficial. The reality, backed by science and countless real-life stories, tells a very different story, one that most people never see coming. Now let's uncover the hidden truth behind why these seemingly innocent breakfasts can wreak havoc after 60. The answer isn't just about calories or sugar, it's deeper, involving metabolism, insulin sensitivity, and chronic inflammation. Your body changes as you age, and what once fueled you efficiently can now create silent damage. As we grow older, our cells become less efficient at processing glucose. This is what doctors call insulin resistance, and it affects nearly half of adults over 60. In practical terms, it means that after eating a sugar-laden bowl of oatmeal, a slice of toast, or a pastry, your blood sugar spikes higher and stays elevated longer than it did in your 30s. This triggers a chain reaction inside your body. Inflammation begins to rise, oxidative stress increases, and blood vessels in your heart and brain start taking damage without you even noticing. Research confirms this danger. Repeated spikes in blood sugar, especially in the morning, are linked to higher risks of type 2 diabetes, accelerated arterial aging, and cognitive decline. One 2021 study in the Journal of Gerontology found that adults over 60 who consumed high glycemic breakfasts 3 or more times a week had a 30% higher risk of developing insulin resistance compared to peers who chose low glycemic meals. These are not just numbers. They represent real, measurable damage happening inside your body day after day. But the problem doesn't stop there. High sugar breakfasts also disrupt your hunger hormones. You may feel satisfied for an hour, but by mid-morning, your energy crashes. Your focus fades and cravings hit hard. Many people reach for snacks or another sugary boost, creating a vicious cycle of sugar spikes, energy dips, and weight gain. Over time, this roller coaster contributes to muscle loss, chronic fatigue, and even frustration with healthy eating routines that seem to fail. Another hidden factor is nutrient deficiency. Many of these processed breakfast foods lack the essential nutrients aging bodies desperately need. Magnesium, vitamin K2, protein, and healthy fats play critical roles in supporting your heart, bones, and brain. Yet a bowl of sugary cereal or instant oatmeal provides almost none of these, leaving your body underfueled while it struggles to manage sugar overload. So what's really happening here? It's not just about the sugar, it's the perfect storm. Refined carbs, minimal protein, lack of healthy fats, and absent anti-inflammatory nutrients. Together, they slowly undermine your metabolism, erode energy, and increase the risk of chronic disease. That's the hidden truth. Your favorite breakfast food isn't neutral. It's actively working against your health, even if it tastes healthy or convenient. But here's the reassuring part. Your body over 60 is not broken. It's simply more sensitive to foods that younger bodies could handle without consequence. Understanding this sensitivity is the first step toward reversing the damage, regaining energy, and protecting your heart and brain. Once you recognize the hidden risks, you can take simple, practical steps to turn breakfast into your most powerful tool for health. Now, let's get to the good news. There's a solution, and it's far simpler than most people think. By swapping just one element at breakfast and adding a few targeted nutrients, You can stabilize blood sugar, boost energy, and even support your heart and brain health. These aren't extreme diets or complicated regimens. They're small, practical adjustments with a big impact. Solution number 1, protein. For adults over 60, aiming for 20 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast is crucial. Protein slows digestion, helps prevent blood sugar spikes, and supports muscle maintenance, a key factor in healthy aging. Sources can include eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a high-quality protein shake. Let me tell you about Elowen, a 62-year-old retired teacher. She had been starting her day with cereal for decades, thinking she was doing something healthy. When she switched to a spinach and egg scramble every morning, she noticed remarkable changes within just 2 weeks. Her energy became steady through the morning, her cravings decreased dramatically, and she even saw a slight reduction in weight. For Elowen, simply adding protein transformed her mornings and her health trajectory. Solution number 2, healthy fats. Adding foods like avocados, nuts, seeds, or a drizzle of olive oil provides essential fatty acids that reduce inflammation, protect your heart, and help keep your brain sharp. Healthy fats also improve satiety, meaning you won't experience that mid-morning crash. A simple habit, like adding a small handful of almonds or half an avocado to breakfast, can make a noticeable difference. Patients who consistently include healthy fats report less hunger, improved focus, and better cholesterol profiles within just a few months. Solution number 3, low glycemic fiber. Vegetables, berries, and seeds are excellent sources. Fiber slows glucose absorption, stabilizes blood sugar, and feeds your gut microbiome, an often overlooked but critical component of aging health. Remember Margaret, the 68-year-old we talked about earlier? She began adding chia seeds and fresh raspberries to her morning Greek yogurt. Within days, she noticed her brain fog lifting, her mood improving, and even her digestion felt lighter and more comfortable. Small additions like these can have outsized benefits for your energy and cognitive function. Timing is also important. Aim to eat within 30 to 60 minutes of waking, pairing protein, healthy fats, and fiber together. This combination keeps your blood sugar stable and prevents the spikes and crashes that processed carbs often trigger. Avoid eating refined carbohydrates on an empty stomach. This is where most people go wrong and end up feeling tired, irritable, or craving snacks before lunchtime. Common mistakes include thinking that a little sugar won't hurt, or that coffee alone is a sufficient breakfast. Even natural sweeteners, when combined with refined grains, can trigger the same harmful spikes we've been talking about. The key is balance, nutrient density, and choosing real, minimally processed foods that actually support your metabolism and heart health. And here's the best part. These changes aren't theoretical. Across dozens of patients and case studies, adults over 60 who adopt this simple combination of protein, healthy fats, and low glycemic fiber see measurable improvements in energy, blood sugar control, mood, and even muscle retention. In other words, breakfast isn't just a meal. On dit, bonne session. It's a powerful tool for health, longevity, and vitality when approached the right way. So the takeaway is clear. By making small, strategic swaps at breakfast, you can reverse the hidden damage caused by processed carbs, enjoy sustained energy, and protect your heart and brain. And the best part? These swaps are easy, delicious, and realistic for anyone to implement starting tomorrow morning. If you want to protect your health over 60, there are 3 breakfast mistakes you need to stop immediately. The first, and perhaps most common, is processed grains. White bread, bagels, instant oatmeal, sugary cereals. They all spike your blood sugar and trigger inflammation. Every bite sets off a chain reaction inside your body, gradually weakening your heart, brain, and metabolism. The second mistake is skipping protein. Relying solely on carbs for breakfast leaves you depleted by mid-morning, reduces your muscle mass, and slows your metabolism. Protein is critical for muscle maintenance, bone strength, and long-term energy. Without it, your body starts burning lean tissue for fuel, and that's the last thing you want as you age. The third mistake may surprise you: pairing sugar with caffeine. That morning, latte and muffin may feel comforting, even energizing. But this combination amplifies insulin spikes, increases stress hormones, and intensifies energy crashes. Your body is essentially being pushed into a cycle of highs and lows, which over time can impair heart function, increase fatigue, and even affect cognitive clarity. This is where most people go wrong without even realizing it. They think they're making a healthy choice, following common advice, or indulging in a harmless treat. But in reality, these everyday habits quietly undermine your heart, brain, and metabolic health, year after year. Let's reinforce this. Your breakfast choices are not trivial. Each morning, you have the opportunity to either feed inflammation or fuel longevity. The small swaps you make today, replacing refined grains with protein and healthy fats, skipping sugar-laden pastries, timing your caffeine wisely, can dramatically change your health trajectory over the next decade. Think back to Harold, Margaret, and Elowen. Each of them was unknowingly sabotaging their mornings, relying on seemingly harmless foods. And yet, with just a few strategic adjustments, adding protein, healthy fats, fiber, and eliminating processed carbs, they experienced measurable improvements. Their energy stabilized, mood lifted, and even lab markers like blood sugar and cholesterol began to improve. This isn't hype. It's science and real-life evidence showing that what you eat at breakfast truly matters more than almost any other meal of the day. So take this seriously. Stop these 3 mistakes immediately. Protect your heart, support your brain, preserve your muscles, and set the stage for decades of healthier mornings. Your body over 60 deserves nothing less. To wrap up, here's the bottom line. The most common breakfast foods for adults over 60, processed grains, sugary cereals, pastries, are hidden risks. They quietly contribute to blood sugar spikes, fuel inflammation, and leave you crashing mid-morning, robbing you of energy, focus, and even your mood. These foods may seem convenient or even healthy, but over time, their effects accumulate, affecting your heart, brain, and overall vitality. The solution, however, is straightforward. Swap these risky foods for high-quality protein, healthy fats, and low glycemic fiber. Eat within an hour of waking, and avoid pairing sugar with caffeine. Even small, simple changes, like an egg and spinach scramble, Greek yogurt with chia seeds and fresh berries, or a handful of nuts with a green smoothie, can make a profound difference. These meals stabilize blood sugar, curb cravings, and give you sustained energy throughout the morning. Here's a bonus tip that many people overlook. Hydrate first thing in the morning. Drinking a full glass of water or herbal tea before breakfast helps regulate blood sugar, supports digestion, and primes your metabolism for the day. This tiny habit amplifies the benefits of a nutrient-dense breakfast and can even improve focus and mood by mid-morning. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these breakfast mistakes have you been making? Are you still reaching for that instant oatmeal, sugary cereal, or sweetened pastries out of habit? Share your experience in the comments. I read every single one and love hearing how viewers are taking charge of their mornings. And before you go, don't miss our next video, where we'll reveal the hidden bedtime foods that are quietly sabotaging sleep and metabolism after 50. If you thought breakfast was tricky, wait until you see what's happening while you're asleep. It's shocking, and it may be impacting your energy and weight without you even realizing it. So take action today. Swap your breakfast wisely, protect your heart, support your brain, maintain your energy, and set yourself up for decades of healthier mornings. Your future self, your healthier, stronger, more energetic self, will thank you for it. Remember, it's never too late to turn your mornings into your most powerful tool for health.